man of mass m drops from a board 10 meters above the water surface. Neglect air resistance. A. Use conservation of mechanical energy to find his speed 5 meters above the water surface. And B. Find his speed as he hits the water. So let's make a simple figure. Ayan. This is 0. And this is 10 meters above 0. And this is 5 meters above 0. Tapos ito yung diver. Wee! Ayan. Since he's jumping, starting from the plank, his initial velocity will be 0. And ang kanyang final na mapupuntahan is 0 din. Yung final position. So, for letter A, we're going to use the conservation of mechanical energy, wherein initial energy is equal to final energy. And this can also be said as kinetic initial energy plus potential initial energy is equal to final kinetic energy plus final potential energy. Pag nilagay natin yung mga respective formulas nila, we are going to get the formula 1/2 mv squared initial plus m mass times gravity times initial position is equal to 1/2 times mass times multiplied by velocity, final velocity squared, plus mass times gravity multiplied by final position. So, ayan na. Since dito sa una, cancel na natin lahat ng mass because we are neglecting air resistance. And cancel the initial velocity since our initial velocity is 0. And for now, ayan, ang matitira sa ating formula is G, gravity times initial position is equal to 1/2 velocity squared, final velocity squared, plus gravity times final position. And ang hinahanap natin is the speed at 5 meters above the water's surface. So, we're going to derive the formula. I-transpose natin to dito. We're gonna have Gyi minus G initial gravity times initial position minus gravity times final position. Tapos, i-cross multiply natin tong 2. So, multiply by 2 is equal to v squared final velocity squared. And we can factor this. We're gonna have 2g multiplied by initial velocity initial position minus final position is equal to, and naka-square siya, so square both sides para ma-cancel natin yon, is equal to final velocity. Ito na yung final formula na gagamitin natin. So, we're simply going to substitute na. So, final velocity is equal to 2g, gravity is 9.81 meters per second squared, multiply by the initial position. What is our initial position? 10 meters minus 5 meters. Yan ang final position. And pag kinompute natin yan, lahat-lahat, we're going to get the final velocity of 9.9 meters per second. Yan. And yan ang sagot for number for letter A. And for letter B naman, find his speed as he hits the water. For that, balikan natin tong formula natin na to. Sulat natin yung final answer sa A, which is 9.9 meters per second. So dito, balikan natin yung formula, which is 1/2 mass times initial velocity squared plus mass times gravity times initial position is equal to 1/2 mass times velocity final squared plus mass times gravity times final position. Hinahanap natin as he hits the water. As he hits the water, we are now at the 0, yung final position niya. So this is now 0. And cancel natin tong mga to kasi nga we're going to neglect the air resistance. Cancel this because our initial velocity is 0. And ang matitira na lang sa ating formula is gravity times initial position is equal to 1/2 final velocity squared. Let's just do cross multiplication. Magiging 2 times gravity times initial position is equal to final velocity squared. And we're just gonna square both sides. And we're gonna get square root of 2 gravity times initial position is equal to final velocity. And we're just simply, ito na yung formula na gagamitin natin, and we're simply going to plug in the values. So we're gonna have square root of 2 multiplied by 9.81 meters per second squared. And our initial position, that is 10 meters. And ayan. And ang magiging sagot, once na na-compute natin yan lahat, is 14 meters per second. And ang sagot for letter B is 14 meters per second as he hits the water. Ayan.